Hello, beautifuls. This is Energy again. I know it's been a minute since I've posted. Just living life and working on myself and all the things that come with preparing for new life or renewal of life. And something came to mind to me today as I was on my regular walk of the cemetery. Is that we often are looking for signs. Where are the signs? Where are the signs? And we walk the same paths 24/7, all day, every day, right? And for many of us, this is not our first, time around. This is maybe our 30th time or our 40th time or 100th time. And, we often just get used to looking at the path for what it is or what it isn't. And then there comes a day where we're like, I'm just going to switch up what it is that I do. And you take another path. And you travel down something else, a different road, and you learn other lessons, and you have other revelations or what have you. And then you get used to that path. And then there comes another day where you are asked to take a familiar path again. And you're like, okay, fine, no problem. I mean, I've done this path a million times. I know what to expect. And then suddenly you get on the path and everything looks different, but the same as well. And so there are doors that are cracked open that never were cracked open before, right? Maybe you're still not allowed to open them, but you see them and acknowledge them and know maybe it's for somebody else and you need to guide them there. Or, you see just the path looks different. It looks completely different, but you've walked this path a bajillion times, And somehow you're like, why does this feel like familiar? Because it is. But why does it feel different? Because it is. All the time that you are walking the other path, switching things up, this path that you have gotten accustomed to was changing, modifying, becoming something different, so that when it was time for you to walk it again, you choose different, you see things differently, you experience things differently, you feel things differently, you know what to look for, you know where to go, where not to go, right? And you know that you trust yourself enough to go down this path or any path and to always keep with you the lessons that you've learned and the things that you've had to overcome. And so these things come, these realizations come when you step aside and you're in your hermit period. And I, for one, I can tell you, I'm not too fond of my hermit period, even though I'm a Virgo and I love my alone time, right? To reboost, recalibrate, right? Recharge as an empath as well. And you finally go back outside and now the leaves are a different color. The air feels different, right? The air is full of possibilities and actualities, right? And that's not to say that the worry goes away. And again, this is for whoever needs it. at whatever time of their life, you know. But Spirit will have you spin the block again. They always do. And it will be for different reasons. And this is fitting because of, the Mercury retrograde that we are now currently in the shadow period of. Spirit will have you spin the block again. And it's not just your ex coming back, or friends that you used to be cool with but now you're not, or family, or whatever it may be, or issues that you've overcome, but there's still this little chunk of things that you need to hash through, right? It's not just that. It's Spirit will have you spin the block again on yourself. And it'll ask you, I need you to go back here. You may not like it. You may not understand why. But I need you to spin the block maybe 2 more times on different occasions for different things. And of course, we all at first are just like, I don't want to. But when it comes to the certain spiritual paths that the universe asks us to walk, you just have to do it. You just have to do it. And then when you're there, you look at everything feels different. Everything feels quieter. And it may not be the environment itself, but you are. Your environment, your internal environment is different. And so now what? A lot of these times when you spin the block and you have to revisit these things, it can be scary. It can be scary. I'll give you an example. So I don't really talk about myself too much on this channel. And there will be, like I said, I keep saying it, but because life keeps pulling me and turning me into different directions and having me do different things, they have a time for when story time of how I came to where I am currently, how that happened. But I'll give you an example about spinning the block. And this happened during the last Mercury retrograde that we had in August. And my spirit team had told me back in February that this would happen. They didn't say how, they didn't say when. They said it'll happen and you need to get ready for it. I let it be. And I kind of left well enough alone. I didn't think about it. Usually when I do my readings, I like to record myself so I can listen back to it, because once I start channeling, I'm not there per se, like me, in layman's terms. Like my spirit kind of obviously just does the channel, and then when it happens, I forget. And I'm like, oh shit, when did I say that? This is when you said it. So I had this in February. And so time went past and I was living life and I did these big changes, and suddenly I was in another hermit period. And August rolled around and it was another Mercury retrograde, and obviously everybody's, shitting their pants. Oh my God, Mercury retrograde, we're all gonna die. It sucks. I'm not going to lie to you, but it also ain't that serious. If you know how to work with it, it'll work with you, and you make it work for you. You start stressing and everything like that once you start not understanding that you have the power. Right? Giving your power to a social media presence that may or may not have the gift, actually. And so August came around and the universe said, I need you to go here. And I said, what why? Why are we doing this? And they're like, because just go. Just go. And I had got this maybe a week or two before August actually started. August 2nd, then they said, all right, go do this. So I was trying to see who was there, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the flyer. I couldn't find anything pertaining to what it is that they asked me to do until the day before. And the day before that I was supposed to go and do this thing that the universe has asked me to do, I found it. And I saw that my abusive ex was going to be there. And the first thing I did was, I'm not going here. I am not going here. What? No. We are no contact for a reason. We are no contact for a fucking reason. Because this man-child is fucking sadistic. It's funny, my uncle who passed away back in 2013, which is also why I'm in this cemetery, because I always go to see him when I can, and sometimes he'll just pop into my thoughts, and I'll hear him clairaudiently, and he'll be like, I need you to come see me. And usually when I get there, I have many things to tell him, but then he also has many things to tell me. And it'll be while I'm there and then after when I leave. Right? And there's one thing that he used to say. He used to call people nice, nasty. And it was for another reason. But in this specific reason pertaining to my ex, nice, nasty, where they're really a nasty, gross. I don't even want to call them human. But they're gross. They are not a good person. But they're going to play like they're nice and put on this mask that they are this wonderful human being. And they really aren't. And so the universe said, but I need you to go and do this. And usually I would fight it, but because of the path that they have taken me on this last 2 years, let alone the path that they took me on a couple of months before the doorway opened for me to leave my ex and slip out in the middle of the morning, I'm going to trust them with my whole gut. And I know that there's going to be a bunch of different things that they're going to tell me to do. And sometimes I'm not going to want to do them. But I know later, after I do them, I'm like, oh, I actually get it. And so I went and did the thing. Sure enough, I ran into him. And sure enough, he started on his whole thing. If any of you know anything about narcissists and narcissistic people, they have their specific way of doing things, right? They'll love bomb you. They'll create this whole persona, love bomb you like crazy, future faking, right? And there was one thing that I that stuck out to me amongst many, right? But it helped me realize where I am right now, how far I've came, and why the universe wanted me to do this, why they wanted me to spin the block again, right? I was talking to him. I really wanted to leave afterwards, but I saw him there and he was doing something, but like a wolf that caught the scent of freshly killed prey. He picked up on my energy and I saw his whole body change, like, ooh, she's back, but she has more power than when I left her. Because when I left her, she didn't have none. Now she re-upped. I want this. I want some of this. So he sniffed me out, right? I'm leaving some things out because it's personal. We'll get into that in a whole nother time. But basically, I just want you guys to get the gist of it. But he sniffed me out, and then we had the conversation, and he was just trying to get me to fall back in with him, and talking about, oh, I wish you would have stayed because I was going to be on the come up. And talking about, do you remember when we used to do this? Oh, can we do this? Oh, da 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 da. Oh, you love Wicked. You saw Wicked. Great. Can we go see it together? I really want to spend time with you. Suck my whole balls, bitch. Actually, don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't breathe on me. But my spirit team wanted me to look at this and be in this situation so I can see, oh, that's what he was doing to me from the beginning. From the very beginning. But because I was in my wounded state and I was so thirsty, starved of actual attention past people using me as a scapegoat, that's another story for another day. That's how I fell for it. But now, because I've been in my hermit periods and I've done a lot of work and I worked on myself via Reiki, my teachers, all these different things. I've had all these people pop in and out of my life to serve different to serve different aspects of healing to myself. I was able to see all this. And there was one moment where I had told him, he was like, so how are you doing? How's everything? And I told him, well, I finally got my Reiki certification. I'm a second degree. I'm a life coach now. And these are things that I have been talking about wanting to do. But while we were in the relationship, or lack thereof, I couldn't find the money to do it. Even though I was working a really good city job, right? I couldn't find the time to do it because I was so consumed in him and so consumed with trying to hold the relationship down emotionally, physically, mentally for the both of us. I was my own boyfriend. I'm tired of being the boyfriend. I want to be the girlfriend. And then some, not just give me a title and then I gotta work for it and you don't have to do nothing for it. Like, no. Right? And when I told him that, before he had told me that he finally got a job with one of these other people that he would work with, and basically he was like a PCA. Right, if anybody of you, sorry, my brain is going faster than my mouth can because there's a lot that is pouring out of me here. But a PCA, if you know, it's like a personal care assistant, right? So it's not like a home health aide. It's a home health aide without the medical side of it. So he started doing that, and he had told me that, and then I told him what I did, and I saw his face, like, I saw the embarrassment on his face and the insecurity rise again on his face when I told him what I actually accomplished, right? And then a little bit down the conversation, he's like, well, like my job's kind of like a life coach too. It's not. But the message here is, oh, okay. I see that now you felt insecure about yourself. You saw that I actually made something for myself once I left you, even though you kept telling me I ain't going to be shit. I'm not shit without you. I made you. Now you see that I'm actually succeeding. Now you have to show some sort of thing to make it look like you're doing the same thing too. So we're doing the same thing. It's not the same thing, but if that's helping you sleep at night, go shoot yourself. I don't care. But what I'm saying as far as the whole like spinning the block is this helped me understand how far I've come, what I left, and why all these things happen the way that they happen, right? So when the universe asks you to follow this road again that you've been on, maybe you've gotten hurt on, whatever may have happened, when they ask you to do this, it's for a reason. And it's okay to ask the universe, why? Why do you want me to do this? Why am I going here? Express yourself to the universe. Express yourself to your spirit team. They're going to hear you out, but they have a reason. They're not out to hurt you. They're not out to hurt you. And the only reason why we start thinking about this is because, we try to put the universe in the image of man. And when I mean man, I mean human, woman, whatever. In the image of the flesh, right? When it is everything. It's not only our flesh, but it's also very much nature. And nature, though at times can seem harsh, unjust, a volcano erupts so that we can expand land in the future. Does it destroy homes sometimes? Does it displace people? Does it cause a environmental riot in layman's terms? Yes, it does. That is what changes. If any of you know about the Yoruban goddess, or the Orisha, Oya, she is the wind. She is the air. She is tornadoes. She is change, right? She's so many things, but that's just to name a few. But Oya will come into your life. And if you're thinking about it like this, Oya will come into your life and it'll look like she's wreaking havoc. She is tossing shit all over the place. She's throwing things all over the place. She's removing things, displacing you, causing a whole storm, whatever it may be. And you're like, what is going on? What is going on with my life? What is happening? And she's making room for change. She's making room for change, and that's what it is. You asked, you wanted this to happen. You wanted something new. You wanted to have a different life, right? You wanted to get rid of something that no longer was serving you, that was hurting you, that all these things, you asked for it. But because you're also sometimes just holding on for dear life, that is when the volcano erupts, the tornado hits, and shows you what is stable and what is not. And it's the same thing that happens when the universe asks you to spin the block again. So I just popped on to give you this quick message. I didn't want to make a long message. The universe has been becoming really frank with me, and so just cutting straight to the point. It's new to me. Being a Virgo, it is new to me. I love my details. But the universe also says the details that you give speak for itself. And it leaves room for everyone else to incorporate their own experiences into what you're saying. You just need a little bit. You're leading the horse to the water. It's up to them to drink. And so with that, I wish you all a wonderful November. Last full, it's like 9 weeks or so before we have the new year, as far as society-wise, right? We have the new year. Don't be afraid to spin the block. Don't be afraid to listen to your instincts and to listen to yourself and to trust yourself. People only tell you that things are cringy or weird or unethical or whatever, depending on what it is, obviously. But like when it comes to you making decisions for you, you know what's best for you because you are living with you. Even when it comes to your relatives or people who are quote unquote, know you best. Even they don't know the deepest parts of you. You only know that. So trust yourself. Trust yourself. And if the universe is asking you to spend the block on something, know that it's not for any just random reason. There's a bigger reason. There's always a lesson and a blessing. So, Ashe, I hope you all have a beautiful day. And this is Energy signing out.